Guys, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you for coming and choosing to join me on my channel. I am Tamika, the Phoenix. So, this is my first video. Well, this is my first video on my new channel. So, new channel, new video. Who's this? But this video is going to be in honor of Mother's Day because it is Mother's Day weekend. So I figured, why not make a video to the mothers, for the mothers, by a mother. Y'all like that? Caught that? So, I know we talk about, being mothers and, mothering our kids and, looking up to our mothers and having a relationship with our mothers. But, all of us, well, not all of us, but some of us didn't have that opportunity to have a connection or a relationship with their mother. I am one of them. I am a mother of 3 kids, 16, 14, and 13. And there was a point in time when I didn't have faith in myself as a mother. I didn't believe that I was able to do what it is that I needed to do as a mother. I felt like I was doing a bad job. I felt like, I was the worst mother out there. I felt like my kids and our relationship was going to turn out the exact same way as my relationship with my mom. So I really had to do some deep healing, and I'm still doing some healing and working, through that. So just a brief look at, how my relationship is with my mom. I don't have one with her. I haven't talked to my mom in about 4 years. Oh, it's a butterfly. I haven't talked to my mom in about 4 years. Yeah. No, 2 years. I'm lying. It's been 2 years. Where I physically had contact with my mom. And it's not by choice. It's not because, I don't want to have a relationship with her or because I don't want anything to do with her. It's on her. And for a long time, it really bothered me. I used to get upset. I used to cry. I used to feel like I wasn't good enough. I used to feel like I wasn't worthy enough. And I never realized the full effect that it had on me as an adult, because, just like how a girl wants her father, a girl also wants her mother. And it's funny because I don't even know who my dad is. I've never seen him, never met him. I don't even know what he looks like. But it's crazy because I was more hurt by not having a relationship with my mom than I was by not knowing who my dad was. You get what I'm saying? Because I grew up with my mom. I was raised by my mom. So, of course, naturally, I'm going to want a relationship with my mom. But because of her beliefs, because of how she feels and how she sees things, she doesn't want a relationship with me. And it never was the easiest relationship to begin with, growing up, living with her, the things that I had to go through, the things that I had to endure being with her. It was never anything positive coming out of her mouth to me. It was never anything loving coming out of her mouth to me. I don't know how many times, I hugged my mom when we lived together. I don't know how many times she told me she loved me. Things that you look for, as you get older. She was not that best friend that every daughter and mother has. You get what I'm saying? So, I tried, for years, because of course, when you're a teenager, most teenagers go through that rebellious stage, where we think we know everything and mama trying to stunt our game and, this, that, and the third, But in my case, it was just, when I look back at it, I realized she was spewing her insecurities onto me. She still had some things that she went through that she had to heal from. But instead of her healing from it, she chose to take it out on me. And because she chose to take it out on me, it took a toll on me. Because I already don't know my father. I already didn't have my father in my life. I never had a positive male role model growing up. So when you factor that into wanting your mother's love, that's literally a recipe for disaster. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That is a recipe for disaster. Do you hear me? So, from the time I was a little girl, up into my adulthood, I always look for attention in the wrong way. It wasn't, I just wanted to feel loved. I just wanted to feel worthy. You get what I'm saying? I just wanted to feel and be known, be acknowledged, be noticed. I have her, giving all of her time and attention, to the kids in the church. I'm like, hey, what about me? So with different things that went on, it caused me to have insecurities about myself. It caused me to not feel wanted. It caused me to feel like, why am I not good enough? Like, I struggled with myself for years. And I just wanted somebody to accept me for who I was. When I stopped going to church, that was already strike one. Well, no, I'm lying. When I got pregnant at 16, that was strike one. Because she didn't talk to me for 3.5 months. And when I look back at it, like, that was traumatizing. Because, I went and, was doing stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing at the age of 16. But that's nothing to stop talking to your child about. That's a time when you're supposed to pull your child in close and love on them, teach them things. But once again, I realized, because what she didn't have, what she never got, she didn't know how to give that to me. She only gave to me what she knew. She wasn't trying to go deeper within herself and try to work on herself to give me something different. She only gave me what she knew. And for that, I can't be mad at it. You get what I'm saying? I can't be mad at the fact that she only gave me what she knew. Because when I take away all of the bad stuff, I kind of can see, some of the good qualities that, she had in her. She just had a weird ass way of showing it, if that makes sense. So back to the subject at hand. With, me having all these insecurities, I got married at 20. Oh, Jesus. That's another story for another day, honey. I got married at 20, and it's like, once I got married, things definitely just started, like, dwindling away. And it got to the point, where I would go to her house, knock on the door. She wouldn't answer the door for me. But if I sent my kids to the door, she would answer the door for them. But then it got to the point, even when I sent my kids to the door, she wasn't answering the door for nobody. And when she stopped answering the door for my kids, that's how I knew, like, she was completely done. Like, she wasn't trying to have none of this no more. Like, because in her eyes, I didn't follow the path that she wanted me to follow. In her eyes, I wasn't living the life the way that I was supposed to be living it. I was living in sin. You get what I'm saying? And it's different things, it's different small things like that that makes you look back and realize, like, damn, like that really is enough to fuck somebody up. And it's crazy because even with all the ways that she was treating me, even with all the things that she was doing, I still wanted her love. I still wanted her time. I still wanted her attention. Even though it was hurting me, even though I would leave her house crying, mad, upset, all kind of feelings going on. Even though I knew it was hurting me, I just wanted a piece of her. If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted her. I just wanted to be in her presence because I wanted her to acknowledge me. All the big stuff that happened in my life, she missed out on. And it was a point in time when that really used to hurt me. Like, I really used to be upset. You know, because I see people, you know, they have big accomplishments and they got their moms with them, you know, taking pictures, my best friend, you know, and I'm just like, damn, I don't have that shit. But now that I've gone through that, I'm thankful for it because everything that she didn't do for me, I'm learning and I'm changing the narrative and I'm giving that love to my kids. Because I saw what I went through. I had to look back and see what I went through and see how it made me feel. Because there was a point in time, you know, when I really did feel like I wasn't the best mother. Because, you know, because of who I laid down with, I always looked at it as, how can I put this? I always looked at it as, I looked at my kids as a time in my life when I didn't know no better. You get what I'm saying? I always used to say, oh, if I could go back, you know, I would choose a different man. I would have laid down with a different man, this, that, and the third. But then I'm like, if I would have done that, I wouldn't have my kids that I have now. And all three of them have shown me what it is to love as a mother. You know? All three of them, they've put something in me to whereas I never want to not talk to them. You know, I've learned that as they get older, they're going to have to make their own decisions. They're going to make their own mistakes. It's my job as a mother to make sure that I'm there with them every step of the way. You know, because who else are you going to run to if you can't run to your mom? Who else is going to love you the way that you need to be loved if you can't be loved by your mom? Like, we talk about toxic dads all the time. We talk about absent fathers all the time. But what about the absent mothers? And I don't just mean physically absent. You can have a mother that's there with you, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, she's absent. She's not there. And that's what I had. And I look back at it and I'm just like, I'm thankful. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, even though I've been working through that, there are still times when I get a little sad. There are still times when I'm like, damn, I really wish I could just pick up the phone and call my mom. But I take that and I turn it into what I don't want to happen with me and my kids. I take that and I turn it into what kind of relationship do I want to have with my kids. You know, once you realize that the stuff that your parents put you through had absolutely nothing to do with you and that it was all them. And what I mean by that when I say it was all them, because everybody has something that they have to heal through. Not everybody had the best childhood. Not everybody's childhood was all sugar and candy and, you know, lights, cameras, action, fun. Everybody didn't have that childhood. Some of us actually had parents who went through a lot of shit growing up. And some of our parents didn't learn how to heal from that. Some of our parents didn't learn how to grow from that. Some of our parents didn't know how to take that pain and turn it into something greater. So they inflicted their insecurities, their hurts, their feeling less than worthy of onto us. And because they inflicted that on us, we soaked it in. And the cycle keeps going and going and going and going and going until somebody decides, okay, wait a minute, this ain't what I want. You got to look back. You got to look back at your family lineage to see what type of relationship was going on. You get what I'm saying? And I'm determined not to let the same thing happen with my daughters, happen with my son. Because I know what it feels like. I know how it hurts. I know how it feels to cry nights on end because your mother doesn't want to talk to you. I know how it feels nights on end to feel like, am I good enough? Well, damn, if my mama don't want me, does anybody really want me? But yes, somebody does want you. Just because your mother didn't want you, and this is really directed to my women who have kids. Because if you have kids and you're struggling with your relationship with your own mother, I know there's a part of you that struggles in your relationship with your kids. Because I've been there. I'm working through that right now. It's not your fault. You got to take that and turn it into a lesson. You got to take that and turn it into growth. You can't keep holding on to that pain. You can't keep holding on to that hurt. Because you're only doing nothing but hurting yourself and your kids. And I'm not saying that you can't feel hurt. I'm not saying that you can't feel pain. I'm not saying that you can't cry. Because I cried earlier today. I sure did. I shed a few tears. But after I finished shedding them tears, I got right back up and realized who the fuck I was. It's okay to cry. Release it. But don't hold on to it. Because even if you don't have your mother, even if you don't have that mother figure that you would like in your life, and you have kids, be exactly what you wanted to be, what you wanted somebody to be to your kids. Be exactly that. What you didn't get growing up, take all that. Take all of that and give it to your kids. Because when you give it to your kids, you're loving yourself a little bit more too. You may not realize it. There are times when, I do stuff with my kids and it feels a little weird because I never did it with my mom. So I never learned how to do it with my kids until they got a little older. So there are certain things that I do with my kids, and in the beginning it'll feel a little weird because I'm like, dang, I've never done this before. But after a while, I like this. And you might mess around and find something that you like that you didn't even know. You get what I'm saying? Like, this Mother's Day for me this year is different because this is going to be the first Mother's Day where I'm not sad, where I'm not bitter, where I'm not angry, where I'm not upset. Like, this is going to be a good Mother's Day for me because I've forgiven my mother. I have forgiven her. And that was a hard freaking process. Do you understand me? I had so much anger towards her. I had so much hurt towards her. Because for the life of me, I could not understand why she didn't want me. I couldn't. I could not understand how you can carry somebody in your womb for 9 months, go through all that labor, just to watch them grow up and not want anything to do with them. I could not understand that. But then I realized that has nothing to do with me. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. It's okay if you didn't have that relationship with your mother because it's not your fault. If you have a toxic mother, if you have a emotionally unstable mother, or a mentally unstable mother, or a mother who just wasn't there, or you have an estranged relationship, whatever it is, if it's not on good terms, it's not your fault. Take that energy and put it into your kids. I'm telling you, it will be worth it in the long run. It will be so worth it in the long run. You gotta love on yourself to love on your kids. That's been the biggest thing that I had to learn. You have to love on yourself to love on your kids. And it was weird as hell for me in the beginning. That shit, I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this shit. But when I started learning how to do certain things, I was able to take it and teach it to my kids. And one thing that I've learned, every day is not perfect. Every day is not going to be all sunshine and roses, smiles and laughter. It's not. Every day is not going to be like that. There are going to be some days where you feel like you're not a good mom because you didn't do this or because you didn't do that. You're going to have your days of doubts. But that's when you remember who the fuck you are. And then you remember who the fuck you taking care of. And who calls you mommy every day. Who comes running to you when they need something. And that as a mother is the best feeling ever. I would not change that for anything. I would not. Having 3 people that depend on me, having 3 people that love me, having 3 people that need me, that I can go to, that they can come to me. Do they get on my nerves? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But that doesn't change how I feel about them. That doesn't change what I think about them. I can look at all 3 of my kids right now and I know they're all going to go down different paths. But at the end of the day, that's not going to change how I look at them as their mother. Because I'm going to be right there beside them, rooting them on. Telling them they got this. You can do this. Oh, you need help? Okay, well, let's talk about it. What do you need help with? How can I help you? You just want to talk? Okay, what you want? You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever you didn't get as a child from your mother, you be that mother to your kids. I can't stress that enough. Be what you wanted from your mother to your kids. If it's meant for you and your mother to heal your relationship, it'll happen. If it's not meant for it, don't let it get you down. Still be strong in who you are. And that comes with knowing who you are. My mom didn't know who she was. And I can accept that now. I can understand that now. I'm not angry at her anymore. I'm not mad at her anymore. But I know who the fuck Tamika is. I know what Tamika wants. I know what Tamika doesn't want. Do I still struggle some days? Yeah, I do. But the days get better. Just because I had a bad day today doesn't mean I'm going to have a bad day tomorrow. Just because I had a bad week last week doesn't mean this week is going to be weak. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can only make things how you want them to be. If I would have never taken that step to want to really look back into my childhood and look back into myself and see where I'll get these ways from and see why I do this and act like this, I would be in the same position that I was in 10 years ago. And the Tamika that I was 10 years ago can't even touch the Tamika that I am now. Ever. You are a damn good mother. Now, unless you one of those mothers that just be out there leaving your kids with any old body and you out clubbing every weekend and, you know, you got to ask for $40, you know, just to buy your kids some diapers and you not handling it. This ain't for you. This ain't for you, baby. This is for the mothers that's out there actually handling their business with or without a man. Because mothers are the foundation of the house. And when you have a mother who is healed, when you have a mother who knows what she's been through and can work through it, what more can you ask for? It's better to try than not even start. I always say slow progress is better than no progress, and I stand by that. Slow progress is better than no progress. Because there was a point in time in my life when there were certain things that I didn't know how to do, that I had to learn on my own. Mind you, now you have to remember, I was 16 when I had my first child. By the time I was 19, I already had 3 kids. With no mother figure, with no positive older female influence, none of that in my life. Had none of that. So I was literally coasting along. Doing whatever, what's the word? Freestyling? Doing whatever I can figure what was right. You know? And so at one point something clicked and I was like, I can't keep doing this. This is not benefiting me or my kids. I had to change my view on things. Because for a long time, I really did blame my mom. I put so much blame on her. And the crazy part about it is, I actually had men in my life who was condoning that shit. Hell yeah, it's your mama's fault why you the way you is. Because if your mama wouldn't have done this, then you wouldn't be doing that. Here goes my daughter ass. Yeah, baby, you right. It's all her fault. She got me fucked up. She done fucked up my whole life. Why I can't never get shit right? I'm always fucking up. It's her fault because she ain't do that. That shit get the fuck old after a while. Do you understand me? That the blame game gets old after a while. Because yes, our parents are responsible for us when we're in their household. Yes, they are. But after a while, you got to be able to make your own decision. After a while, you have to be able to do what's best for you. You got to be able to do what's best for you. Can't keep blaming other people for what you're going through. Yes, somebody may have hurt you, but it's your choice to heal. Hurt people. And there was a point in time when I was hurt. I ain't hurting no more. And you don't have to hurt no more either. I'm not going to say let it go as in like, boom, let it go. It is gone today. It's gone tomorrow. But let it go. If you got to cry about it, if you got to scream about it, if you got to go out somewhere and break some glasses, because, honey, I used to love breaking me some glasses when I was younger. That was how I got my frustrations out. Sure the fuck did. Used to break some, not in the house now. Please don't do it in the house. I used to do it out on the porch, okay, when nobody was home. But no, seriously though, do what you got to do to heal yourself and heal your bloodline. Because you got people looking up to you. You got little people, medium people, big people. Just depending on how old your kids are and how tall they are. You know what I'm saying? You got people looking up to you. They're depending on you. So heal yourself. And know that you are a bomb-ass mom. So don't let this Mother's Day make you feel sad because you don't have a relationship with your mom. Look at your kids and be like, they're the reason why I'm going to heal. They're the reason why I'm going to make our relationship better. Don't worry about your past relationship. Worry about the relationship that you have now. All right, that's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next go round.